Hello, have a good day. Before we proceed to the main video, kindly support us by subscribing to this channel of Pre-Files channel, who is the rightful owner of this video. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to request from you your subscription to my own channel, Lens Impact. I'm just going to make simple reactions to this information gathered from this video. Here we go.
USS Dewey destroyed China warship while passing of China naval base near Spratly Islands.
The situation in this region is becoming intense.
DDG-105 conducted a freedom of navigation operation in the South China Sea, sailing within 12 nautical miles of Mischief Reef, a Chinese-occupied islet in the Spratly Islands.
But this is within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone.
Claims in the region. Passing near the Chinese naval base on Woody Island, the USS Dewey encountered a Chinese warship. The
USS Dewey was in regular patrol when it encounters the Chinese ships.
Warship challenged the USS Dewey's presence in the area and demanded that it leave. The USS Dewey ignored the warning and continued on its course. The Chinese warship then attempted to block the USS Dewey's passage. The USS Dewey...
This shows how responsible China is. The USS Dewey tried its best to avoid the collision, but the Chinese is so persistent and irresponsible in her actions. So following was a standoff between the two naval ships. Then the Chinese ship ordered the US ship to leave the area.
The Chinese warship ordered the US Dewey to leave the area, claiming that it was within China's territorial...
But the US ship knows its right in that part of the waters.
After several...
The Chinese ship was the first one to open fire to the US ship.
Opened fire on the USS Dewey.
The two warships exchanged fire with each other, and China was overpowered. The Chinese ship sank.
They overwhelmed the Chinese warship, and the Chinese ship was sunk.
And so the Chinese ship sank deep in the ocean.
The sinking of the Chinese warship marked a significant escalation in tensions between the United States and China. The Chinese government accused the United States of aggression and demanded reparations. The United States government defended its actions, stating that the USS Dewey was operating in international waters and that it had the right to defend itself.
That's perfectly right for the US. And China must face the consequences of its wrong moves. China has no right to get angry because its claims are invalid and illegal. Who is the actual provocator, US or China? I think China knows the answer for that.
The United States and China are two of the most powerful countries in the world, and a conflict between the two countries could have devastating consequences. The sinking of the Chinese warship is a reminder of the dangers of conflict in the South China Sea and the importance of diplomacy and cooperation to resolve disputes peacefully. The U.S. Navy's navigation operation in the South China Sea is a significant development. It is the first time that the U.S. Navy has conducted a navigation operation near a Chinese naval base in the region. The operation is a clear signal to China that the U.S. will not be deterred from challenging its excessive maritime claims in the South China Sea. sinking of the Chinese warship is a reminder of the dangers of conflict in the South China Sea and the importance of diplomacy and cooperation to resolve disputes peacefully. The United States and China are two of the most powerful countries in the world, and a conflict between the two countries could have devastating consequences. Most recently, Chinese Coast Guard vessels collided with Filipino coast
So China must think over and over again
the outpost
if her acts are rightful in the Indo-Pacific region.
U.S. to reissue a warning on October 23, saying it would defend the Philippines under a 1951 mutual defense treaty if its forces, ships or aircraft come under an armed attack. It also follows months of conflict between
There are only three things that China can do: accept the UNCLOS, accept the UN court decision, and allow free trade within the Indo-Pacific region. Several countries are affected by China's illegal claims within the Indo-Pacific region.
another contested chain in the South China Sea on freedom of navigation operations to protest unlawful restrictions such as requirements for permission or advance notice of innocent passage through territorial waters.
So, on the bottom line, China is always the one who creates troubles in the Indo-Pacific region. Unless it stops her illegal claim or invalid claim in this area, there will be no peace. And this situation will aggravate because the Philippines will continue to defend its sovereignty with the help of all her allies. To stop all of these troubles, China must respect the UNCLOS and also the tribunal decision favoring all territories in the West Philippine Sea are owned by the Philippines. And China must respect this to stop all of these nonsense troubles. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.